It's a big focus on manufacturers, not such the grand scale, but more on that smaller scale of manufacturers, but they play such a key part.
James, thanks for taking the time to speak to us today. Obviously, it's day 2 of the Offshore Energy event in Amsterdam. Yesterday, there seemed to be some really good foot traffic. How did you find it?
It's been a really good conference. We've had lots of really interesting conversations with people, especially since Hamburg. There's been a lot of changes to our products.
Okay.
Really exciting talking to the people about that.
Yep.
Because we've got a lot going on with new tools and new directions that we're going in to really give a holistic view of offshore wind.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been really productive. Barry, you've got quite a bit of a focus here for fuels and vessel strategies going forward. So what did you think of the talks?
It's a big focus on manufacturers, not such the grand scale, but more on that smaller scale of manufacturers, but they play such a key part, especially from a vessel's perspective.
Okay.
Also great to have discussions with some operators and people involved in the vessels regarding fuels.
Yep.
That's a big hot topic at the moment.
Yep.
We're really looking into and really trying to focus on. We had a great talk yesterday regarding hydrogen,
Okay.
and that gave some real insight as well. So it's great to get around everyone here and have some good chats with people.
What sets you guys apart from the rest?
We've been in the industry for so long now. What really stands us out is that quality of detail. We've got a holistic view of the market. So what we've recently done is changed our products to give a wider representation of offshore wind build out. So we've now merged and integrated a lot more port information into vessels so we can get a supply and demand picture, highlighting the bottlenecks of supply chains and opportunities. The same with our offshore wind specifications and the stakeholder information, again, given to supply and demand to that really granular level, as well as those that needs that kind of top-down view of the market and really kind of digging deep into what's going on. So our market research team, Barry being an excellent example of this, are really dedicated into what they do.
Yeah.
So I think our links in with the industry are quite apparent, quite strong, definitely reinforced by this great exhibition.
Yeah.
So that, stands us out.
I mean, data is obviously, say, key. Trust. Could you just give us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so with 4C, it was family owned, and to start off with, it's been building over years. But now we've got TGS behind us. TGS acquired us in 2021, I think it was, and they put a lot of investment into us. So now we're going into more of that corporate structure. That's really added the backbone and the value into what we've done for over a decade.
Yeah. Okay. Barry, are you a European? Are you global? Can you just give us sort of an overview of that, the scale of the company?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm a senior analyst in the research team, and I'm vessel champion, so I look after that subscription. But within the team, we cover the globe. We've divided it up into geo-regions. We have analysts solely focused on providing up-to-date and accurate insight for everything going on regarding offshore wind around the globe. So that goes from right at the very start, from tender processes, specifications and leasing, all the way through to decommissioning. And it's an unbelievable team with some real high caliber people in it. And we are absolutely on the money, and that's something we really pride ourselves on a team. We obviously work together with everyone else in the company, but the bread and butter is the fact that we've got information and data that is so valuable and is I would say the best in the world.
We're in November. I'd just like to ask this question. We're at the end of the year. How has the year been, and ultimately, how do you see 2025 and 2026?
Sure. So again, probably more from a vessel specific approach. Fuels is going to be a big one. We've spoken on that. We've recently got a new ports tool, so we're now incorporating all that ports data in. There's been loads of developments regarding ports, both for fixed bottom and the size of ports expanding that way, but also a lot of investment and a lot of discussions happening with floating ports, and that's going to be a hot topic moving forward as there's, especially in Europe, there's a lot more out there for floating being sort of commissioned. So that's a big one in terms of what we're focusing on moving forward is from my perspective is that fuels thing. It's a hot topic. It's something we, I think, need to know more about generally, and we need to provide more information on. In the short term, we've got vessels report coming out in a couple of weeks, but then start of 2025 is when we completely swap over to that new pillar system like James was talking about. So lots going on.
Lovely. All right, well, thanks for taking the time to speak to me.
Great.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.